Okay, so I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to create a live stream for this, but I figured why not? I mean, at this point, it's kind of good to catch my mistakes. And, this is kind of just what I've gotten myself into. So right now, I'm sorting through a pile of commons. Figured I'd do it with y'all right now. So what I have here, you got 1972, 1973, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, and then off camera, I don't know if you can see it, you got 81s over here. And I got some random football cards and some modern cards that were kind of mixed in there somehow. And so, I think my goal is to, create a set. I think that's the overall goal, is to create sets from these. And also to sell away commons to people that are building sets of, like, if I have duplicates, which I know I do of a lot of players. I plan on doing that. What you don't see right now, and I'll see if I can carefully just show you here, is this entire box is full of commons. Although I have surprised myself in what I have found so far. This is probably thousands of cards, and I have to go through them. So eventually I'll get there. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it here for now. And, I surprised myself. I made a few mistakes. I put in the bin by accident, and I think it's, nothing unusual. You got a Jim Palmer that I put in there from the 74. Rookie outfielders, I got a Fred Lynn rookie card. I think, Lee... Or no, it wasn't Lee, was it Boomslang caught me on this. There's a Bruce Sutter rookie card that should have been in there. Should have been in the star pile. And then, of course, I'm kind of slapping myself in the face for skipping on Paul Molitor. So, this is sort of what I'm doing right now. Figured I'd do it live with y'all. Maybe y'all are interested. Maybe it's not as interesting. I don't know. But, yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm picking up some more piles here. Just trying to sort them as best I can. Got a bunch of 1980s here. 1980 cards. So in some ways this has been kind of easy because they've been kind of clumped together. But as you know, it's annoying to have to flip these around a lot. So just trying to work this all out. Johnny Walkin' Fuss. So... And I was hoping I can catch some mistakes that I made. Like, maybe I did overlook an Ozzie Smith, because, I was looking at over 2,000 cards in a short span of time. So it definitely can affect your thinking, affect what you're seeing. So, but so far, my brain seems, in a good way, my brain seems to be operating functionally from the last time I sorted through these. Got a bunch of 75s here. And, these, they kind of range in a variety of conditions, so, yep. Let's see, maybe I can bring this down a little bit so it can be a little easier. I don't know how it's going to look, so let me see. Curious how this looks. Okay. When you full screen it, you can see the cards a little better. I think that's what I'll stick with. Anyway, creating very large stacks. It seems like right now the biggest stack, it's very close. 1980 is doing very well. The 75 is building up. The 73 is doing well. I'm not surprised the shortest stack is looks to be the 72 and the 73s. I'm not surprised. This was I got this off of Facebook Marketplace. There was a guy who was selling, or a woman who was selling these cards, and it turned out to be her husband's cards. And I guess he was just looking to unload his collection that he had, and they were asking $175 for it all. And originally, my plan was to go and check out the cards first, because all I could see were pictures of a bin that had cards with rubber bands around them. So I didn't really know exactly what the 175 was for. You know, as a roll of the dice, could have spent 175 purely on commons, but it turned out that a lot of the cards, there was a lot of star cards, and I certainly made that 175 back just from those cards. A lot of the cards alone, like, included a lot, you know, about 3 or 4 George Brett rookie cards, Dennis about 3 Eckersley rookies, a bunch of 73 Nolan Ryans. I mean, the list goes on. There was a lot of great cards in there. And so it got me thinking. I knew, you know, by going through all these cards that, you know, that I could create sets from all these. And I knew at some point I wanted to, but I knew they were very expensive. Like in card shops, you find these sets that are, you know, like 74 set is probably, you know, close to almost I don't know, $500-$600, if not more. I mean, it's very, very expensive to buy the set as whole. And this was just, I found, you know, the conditions of these cards are not great, but I don't really care about that so much. I'm a collector first, and I try to, you know, if anybody's looking to buy cards, I try to, you know, I sell duplicates that I have, and because there's no reason to have duplicates. I mean, this is like a huge stack of 75s right here. I'm going to have to create a second pile. I mean, this is all 75s. That's crazy. I don't think I've picked up a stack so far that was, you know, purely 75s. But what else? Anyway, I'm kind of going off topic here. So what wound up happening was, initially I was going to go check out these cards in the bin, and, you know, take a look, and just, I mean, I couldn't really go through all of them at once. They just want, if I could, they said I can just take a look at the bin and that's it, because they're already organized in rubber bands and whatnot. So, but then they mentioned to me, the woman mentioned to me that somebody was going to put an offer in and pick it up later, and so I had the tough decision to make: spend 175 on what might be a bust, or you know, put the money in now and then go pick it up, which I wound up just taking the chance, and it really worked out in the long run. I mean, I can create a lot of sets from this now, which is, to me, is very exciting. I'm able to build sets from the years that I was definitely looking to buy in the future. Now I don't really have to worry about that anymore. There are some star cards that are missing from it, but you know, building up the commons, I think this is 76, yeah. Building up all the commons just truly made it worth it. So, checking the years on this, I think these are, you know, all 76, so I can tell by the design. And this one's, all these are 76, Davy Lopes. There are some cards that I overlooked, and so I have to be cognizant of the ones I did overlook. These look to be all 76's team cards. These, like, father and son cards, I think these are also 76. So, anyway, I ended up going to pick up the cards from the woman, and her husband also showed up and kind of told me a little bit about what he had, and, you know, the collections. Mickey Lalick. I'll put the Lalick aside as a error card. He told me what the cards were, and I knew at that point I was getting something really good. It seemed like he was collecting for a long time, and you know, so they both said, this is my collection, and, you know, like, please, and I was like, oh, I'll take really good care of it, which what I'm doing right now. So I'm trying to do my best to take good care of it. I agree. I don't worry too much with the condition. These cards look pretty. I've been building 70 sets for a while with the lower grade cards. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way, man. I just appreciate the look of the cards. They're not in piss poor shape. I mean, they're still manageable. I mean, I'm planning on putting these in binders once I have the supplies. I mean, the supplies right now are insane. But anyway, getting these cards, I remember, driving home, I was really excited. It took me an hour to get back home. I was up north a little bit, and it took me an hour to get back to the city. Went to Armonk to pick these up, and the anticipation was such. I was really looking forward to seeing what I would find, and I was, again, like I said before earlier, I was not disappointed. It was worth the investment. It looks like we got a bunch of 79s here. Yes. Just gonna take one quick peek. Maybe I overlooked the Ozzie Smith, but I don't think so. I think that was like the one card I was hoping to find, but it didn't end up being there. Was the Ozzie Smith, so which is fine. I mean, look, it's I have an Ozzie Smith already, so. Hey Joel, how you doing, bud? Thanks for stopping by, man. So yeah, I mean, listen, the collection was great. This is a lot of fun. This is going to keep me busy probably for months. I mean, right now, this is like part of a 10 package plan. I need to sort these by year. Then I need to figure out if I have a set. If I don't have the set, so it's going to take a little time to figure this all out. So this was the next step, was to sort through the years and kind of go from there and figure out, I'll put the Lalich aside, figure out what cards are missing. So, but this is great. I really enjoy doing this, and keeps me busy. When I get home from work, I spend a little time doing this. Got Fred Lynn, All-Star, Jim Rice, All-Star. I'll put these aside. These guys were stars. Tell me, I know some of y'all are watching. Jim Rice, Hall of Famer? I think he was. Was he inducted or was he not inducted? I can't remember. I might be confusing him with somebody else. Maybe one of y'all can tell me. But looks like we got a bunch of 1980s here. So I'm just gonna go through these. Yeah. Now, the 1980 set, I picked one up before I picked up this lot. Okay, so thank you. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. I can send you pics if you're interested. I'm sorry, Joel, what pictures are you referring to? Rice is in the Hall of Fame. Hey, Lee, how's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. I'm just checking. I'm just kind of going over to see if I made any mistakes, as well as sorting through these cards by year. But if you can't tell already, 72, 73, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Hey, Buffus, how's it going? I have some 69 to 73 baseball. Wow. Joel, are these sets that you're building, or are they complete sets, or are they just working on sets, or just kind of a hodgepodge of stuff? Let's see. So more 75s. I have a feeling I can have probably the 75 set, or I have a lot of duplicates. One or the other. That's could definitely be the case. My first 72 I've seen in a while. Paul Casanova. Don Money. Looks like we're getting some 73s now. A lot of Chuck Tanner. I got some football, which I've been separating the football as well. I might just try to sell the football as a lot. Do a little research on them and figure it out. Joel, no, just some random cards. I was wondering if you wanted them. I could send some pics. Take some photos, and I'd love to take a look and see what you have. I'm always collecting vintage, always buying vintage lots. So absolutely, I'd love to see some pictures, and maybe we can work a deal and add more to the collection. That'd be great. Some more 73s, 75, kind of a mixture. Gonna have to create a separate pile soon of these. Oh, here's some more 73s. I looked over. You got Whitey Herzog, Charlie Fox. This is gonna be an overnight. This is gonna be a multiple day project. And I just don't know where I'm going to put these because I have a potential idea of where to put them. But it looks like we got some more 81s. The 81s I've just been kind of putting in a separate spot for now. So many 81s out there. Let's see, these are 1980 cards. Got some more 76s. Looks like these were kind of organized a little bit. Phillies, Jim Lonborg. Got a lot of Phillies cards. Tim McCarver. Now, I think the one rookie card that I looked over and I'm trying to find it was the Dave Parker rookie card. I think I skipped over his. Oh, wrong pile. I think I skipped over his by accident, so I need to keep a lookout for him. Al Downing. These are 76 and 78. Grab another stack. Continue going through these. Are any of y'all into football cards at all? Because these football stacks, I'm not a football collector, so I don't really know too much. And I don't really have any interest in collecting them. So, got a checklist from the 81. Just put that here. This is an 73, 73, 75, or 76, 73. I have to create a separate pile soon for the 73, 76s. Let's see what we got here. Jim Wynn. A lot of 76s. A lot of 76s. So that's another. The 75 and 76 is becoming very popular. I don't do football except for Tony Romo and Boomer Esiason. The cards that I have, I think these are like 70s cards mostly. I don't really know. I know the stars from the football team, from the football era, but I don't know too much about them. Like this guy, Virgil Carter, quarterback for the Bengals. Looks like this is not his rookie card, but I don't know anything about him. I'll put him in. I'm sorting him out so that there's no confusion on what's what. Got 1979. Darrell Evans. It's 1980. These are all 1973. Sal Bando. Cookie Rojas. Paul Casanova again. And a lot of 73 just started kind of building up. I love looking at the 74s building up. I love looking at the 1973s though. I think they're, Topps has always done great with a lot of their sets in the vintage days, but there's always just something really nice about looking at them. Okay, rookie pitchers, team cards. So these are all 77s. Got Mayberry. These are all 73. I'm sorry, these are 1980 cards. Anyway, the 1980, I have a full set of the 1980 cards, so if any of y'all are looking to build your 1980 set, or you need commons, let me know, because these are just extras that I have now. I don't need all of these cards, so I can definitely work something out. And for those that are looking to build a 1980 set. Dave Parker. This is, I think this is it. Confirm for me though. I think this is the date. I think this is the rookie card. This is from the 1974 set. So, yeah, I think this might be it. I'm gonna separate it just to be on the safe side, because I don't want to mess that up. Dave Roberts confused me for a minute. We got ourselves a commemorative card. I have a guy that likes buying commemorative stuff. Put this in the modern pile. Some modern cards kind of found their way in here. Somehow. I think I'm coming across another one. Barry Zito. If you want to call this modern, I don't know. I think it's modern. Sort of. Semi-modern. Ben Sheets, Donny Bautista, Zambrano. I mean, these players are no longer playing anymore. But they're modern when it comes to... I'll take 80 Murphy in 81 and 76. Murphy, you talking about Dale Murphy? Let's see. More 74s, a lot of 74s. Plenty of 74s here. Sandy Alomar. I'm glad, this is the best part when they're all kind of sorted together. Let's create a separate pile here. I think this is going to have to be what I do. And you got a bunch of little beat up 77s. Bobby V. Okay, Dan Larson, Bobby Mercer. I love this name, Bake McBride. This is big pile number 4. More, Alex Cora. This is what I'm talking about. Modern players. He's now a manager. Larry Walker, Travis Hafner, Pedro. I didn't really spend too much time looking at a lot of these cards because, clearly my excitement was for the vintage stuff. But Dale Murphy, and let me know about the 76 and 81 doubles. You got it, Joel. I'll let you know, because clearly I have this 76 pile is getting a little out of hand. And I'm sure when I get through sorting a lot of these out, there's going to be an abundance of doubles. I mean, this is just a lot of stuff. The 81s, I'm happy just to kind of let go of, because I actually already have bins, or not bins, but I actually have like huge piles or in boxes that I need to probably unload at some point. They probably need to go. So this is actually, speaking of 81s, this is like all 81s here. All 81 commons. They're not in great, some of them are not in great shape. They seem to be a little beat up on the corners, some creases. So nice Parker rookie. I have one of them as well. Yeah, I really shouldn't have overlooked Parker. I just, at the time when I was sorting through these for the first time, going through the stars, I was overlooking Dave Parker, and I shouldn't have. Some more 81s. A lot of 81s in this stack that I picked up. A lot of 81s. Ken Griffey's in there. Okay, just trying to sort through these. I need like a pause to kind of get myself together here. A lot of 76ers, Tigers. 75, Hal McRae from 75. Jim Wynn. And looks like we got some more football. Clint Jones. I don't know who that is. That is not my era. Gus Holloman. Al Woodall. Don't know. Mike Tyson. Not the Tyson we expect, but nevertheless, Mike Tyson. Ross Grimsley. The stash and the hair, man. Awesome. Steve Kep, the Tigers. New York Yankee card. Dave Roberts. Okay, where am I at? These are all. Oh, this is that new stack I created for the 73 pile. Or 74 pile. Okay, I got. Let's see how many piles I have left. I have 10, 11 full piles left that I need to go through. This is probably going to have to continue this another day. And I'm supposed to be leaving for vacation on Saturday, so these cards, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do because I need to get boxes for these. I need to get boxes for, for each year. That's probably the best move. Or binders, whichever I decide. I'm losing. Let's see that. More. Let's see. 70. That's some more football. 77 cards, 81s, 78s, yes. 78s here. It's funny, it's like one stack you have like a bunch of like 75, 76, and the next minute you got a bunch of like 78, 79s. But that's just how these were kind of sorted. I mean, it was all over the place. But thankfully, someone like me, I love to do this sort of stuff, so I have no problem going through these. And because the payoff obviously is going to be substantial. For 73, I've seen it in a while. I guess once you get into a groove, you can move a lot faster. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a great night tonight, going through some of your collection as well. If you're visiting this channel for the first time and you're watching this video and you want to see more vintage stuff, please hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell to be notified of future videos, because I do a lot of vintage stuff. I have, like, this is all common stuff. I was able to do a video from this collection that I've been sorting and pick out all the Star and Hall of Famers, and I think obviously that's going to be a little more interesting than the commons. But if you're a visitor and you like vintage stuff, and I would highly recommend subscribing to this channel and also hitting the like button, because you'll truly enjoy the vintage finds. I wind up finding things all over the place. Tag sales, card shops, card shows, in this case Facebook Marketplace. And DW, your best bet would be just send them to me. Buffett's just opened a Blaster 2021 Top Series 2, and I am sorting while listening to you. Have you get any finds yet, Bufus? Buffett? I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna botch this. Is it Buffus or Bufus? I think it's Buffus. I hope I didn't screw that up, man. I know you told me once, and I feel bad for not remembering. I'm just trying to do my best here. Rookie pitchers, some more 75s. Let's see. Oh, I keep messing this up, man. This was a 75 pile. This is what happens when I lose track of what I'm doing. I end up putting them into put the 76s in the 75. He's sorting cards he bought from Corey. Is that ripping for Ripkins? Is that Corey? Got Nate Wright. Got ourselves 73 World Series from the 74 set, more 74s, 75s. Looks like we got a checklist. I think this is from, oh man, I don't know which one this is from. This might be from the 72, so I'm going to safely assume this is, yeah, I can see the design pattern is the same. Joel, what did he send? What did he send you? Hopefully some good stuff. Oh, we got some 72s to kind of beef up the stack. More 75s. Nice. Some 73s have appeared now. We got Bobby V, Bob Oliver, Oscar Gamble. To kind of build up the 73 a little bit. 75s. Some more. A little bit more of 74s. I buy everything he doesn't keep on his breaks. He does. It's about 2 hours. Oh wait, you pick it up in person? Is that the way you do it, or? I mean, I guess it's pretty convenient. It saves him a trip to have to do all the shipping. I imagine it must it must hit you a little bit on the gas. But also, I don't mind doing road trips for stuff like that. I think it's a lot of fun. A little bit of anticipation. This is from the 73 sets. Just had to familiarize. Checklist kind of fooled me a little bit. Pulled an Aaron Nola SP. That's what does that stand for with the modern stuff? I know there's like color variation. But there's something more. I forget what it is. Let's see, AL leading fireman Mike Marshall, some rookies. Ron C. I'm going to separate Ron C. John Odom, more 75s. I just sent you some pics of those cards. Thanks, Joel. I'm going to take a look at my email in a little bit once I go through this a little bit more. A lot of 74s. And still got this pack here. Got a lot of 74, 75, 76s. Fred Lynn, second year. I'm going to separate them there. Should have done that. 76, 77s. More 76s from the Astros, it looks like. Short print. Thanks, Buffus. You sent via text. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at my phone and take a look at what you have. And short print. The short prints. Those are kind of like the equivalent of like the high numbers, right? Is that sort of how it works? Like the high numbers were, they weren't print. They didn't have a large print series, if I stand correct. I tried to dabble with the modern stuff. I did the 2021 Heritage. I tried to get into it, but I really, it just didn't really turn out to be the best investment for me personally. But it's, if you're really interested in the modern stuff, I mean, all the power to you, because I know it's I know it's like the hobby's going through a big craze right now with the modern stuff. I talk to card shop owners and they tell me a lot of what their revenue is, the modern stuff. So got a lot. Let's see, Manny Modis, more 77s. See, 76. I got my cat meowing at me right now. Don't know why. He's been fed. Does my wife collect? No, she does not. She actually does other things. She's into, like, how can I say this? Like, into books. She has these like interior design books that she takes photos of the photographs in the book, and posts them online. It's kind of like sharing the uniqueness of interior decorating from like a specific year, like 1995 to like 2000 and I think it's 2005, like a 10-year period. And she's really into that. It's just kind of a way to kind of show what the like the pre-millennium and the post-millennium style looked like at that time. That was her thing. In fact, she really enjoys it. I totally goofed up here. This needs to go over here. More 76s. The Brewers, maybe I'll find a Hank Aaron that I somehow mistakenly botched. But no Hank Aaron. I put those other 76s there. I'm trying to remember. Jerry Koosman, a lot of Mets. As you know, I am a huge Mets fan. More 75s. Just trying to Bill Freehan. Just trying to see if there's anybody I overlooked, which is very possible because I was going through a lot of cards. You got Dale Murray, Jim Todd, Bill North, and let's see who else. Luis Melendez, Tom Hall, Leo Foster, John Mayberry. Your wife collects Bryce Harper, Mike Ditka, Dustin May, Darryl Strawberry. That is an eclectic mix of people. That's very cool. Outfielders, Marshall. Got a Yankees card from the 75. These are all 75s. And finish off here with some 76s. I mean, I'm trying to see Bryce Harper, Mike Ditka, Dustin May. Dustin May, I'm really hoping the best for Dustin May. I think he looks like he could be a star. All right. As we continue this little venture, another 81. And here we're getting a mix again, a variety of different cards. Some more 74s, 76s. Looks like we got a checklist from the 81s. A lot of 81s in this stack that I picked up. And back to what year? Oh man, I'm missing this one. This one, I think, 73 or 74. 74 rookie. Back to 81. All over the place. We get to 79. 81s again. Ah, very cool. I'm glad to see some 72s pop up now. Cleon Jones, Bud Harrelson, Ray Sadecki. I'm sorry it's upside down. Jerry Grote. 72 stacks looking a little healthier. Okay. Not surprised, Got 74, more 75s. Almost knocked the stack over here. 76s. Jerry Manuel. I'm just kind of carefully looking to see if I did end up overlooking anybody. 76. That goes, yes, here. These are all 76s, it looks like. Any extra Nolan Ryans? I did end up getting a bunch of Nolan Ryans. I got about 4 or 5 from the 1973 set. And I'd be willing to sell one. I generally like collecting a lot of the Nolan Ryan cards. But yeah, I can definitely, if you're interested, I can definitely sell one. It's usually Nolan Ryan, Nolan Ryan, Raleigh Fingers, Ozzie Smith, Ricky Henderson. Those are the players I really like collecting the most. Tom Seaver. And as far as like the old days, like the vintage days, Nolan Ryan and Seaver were like part of the really vintage days. Trying to think from the 60s. I like, yeah, Raleigh Fingers. Okay. Yeah, Buffett, so thank you. Do you have my email address? I don't know if you have it, but if you don't have it, if you want to leave your email address in the chat, I don't know if you feel comfortable doing that, but if you're interested, yeah, if you want to do that, you can leave it in the chat, and then I'll collect it, and I'll send you an email with the photograph of the Nolan Ryan, and maybe we can work something out. Let's see, we got ourselves another 74. Some more of these team cards. Got 73 here. Nice to see that. We're looking a little not as healthy as these other ones. Another football card. Council Rudolph. That's a cool name. I love the names from these days. Some of these names are just, like Jim Colborn, Don DeMola, Steve Rogers, but not the Steve Rogers from the Marvel movies. I put the look at me go. Wrong pile, wrong pile, wrong pile. Let's see if we can find another Dave Parker. There's a bunch of pirates here. There, yeah, Dave Parker, 77. I'll put him aside. I know he was a star in his day. Okay. A lot of 1980 card. It's nice that when you get them in a row, always makes things a little bit easier. Just gonna go through this pile. Yeah, once you start looking at so many cards, you get lost, and you end up doing things you probably didn't mean to do. A lot of Yankees. Cool. And yeah, speaking of wrong pile, I had a 76 and a 74 pile. That's not where it's supposed to be. So, all right, guys, I think I'm very close to finishing this stack that I have, or this pile. I'm doing a crap job at trying to get this sorted. So give me 1 second to kind of fix what I was doing here. Okay. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, I'm at the end, getting to the end of this stack of cards, and I'm going to have 10 more stacks to go, and I think I'm going to save that for another day. So I'm going to finish it off. I have a little bit more to go, but and then I'm going to figure out what to do with what I have so far. Oh, Jesus, I'm totally botching this. This needs to go in the 1980. These are all 1980s cards. Here's more 1980. Maybe I'll find a Ricky Henderson that I overlooked. It's possible, I suppose. Just look for an Oakland A's jersey, Art Howe. This one gets stuck a little bit. Let me see if I can separate it. Here's some Oakland A's. I was getting excited when I cut past a certain stack of Oakland A 1980s cards, but 1980. There's some 77s. All 77s. George Scott. Look at that. That's a real for that. Is that like shark teeth he's wearing on a necklace? So Vando Willie Davis. These are all 77s. Common. The Mickey Lawledge on the Mets. All right, this stack is getting monstrous. I need to start separating these a little bit. Create a separate stack for some 77s because they're getting a little out of hand. But more 73s. You got Whitey Lockman, Rusty Staub, a bunch of 75s here. I create that stack there. More 74s. Who's my favorite hitter as a Met? Huh, that's a good question. My favorite hitter as a Met. I can only go by I can only go by players that I grew up watching. Huh. I'm always a big fan of homegrown players. It probably would have been David Wright had he been healthy throughout his career. Favorite Met hitter. Man, that's really tough. I've always been a bigger fan of their pitching, to be honest with you. I never really thought too much of their hitting, just because a lot of the time, growing up, they never really hit. They just didn't have a strong lineup that would blow you away power-wise. So you end up with the pitching is what kind of always stood out for them. At least in the last, the last 10, 15, 10 years, their pitching's been solid. So, I don't know. Lisa's Willie Mays. That's a good answer. His last year. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. It's a tough question. I guess you could say, Polar, Pete Alonso, because his power was great, and he came in just guns blazing and ready to go. So I might have to get back to you on the hitter question. I think my favorite hitter, probably between the 80s and the 90s and 2000s. I love Ozzie Smith. Tony Gwynn was a favorite of mine. Gwynn was so good. He was such a good hitter. And, I just appreciated the fact that during the steroid era, he was the guy that was hitting line drives. Frank Tanano's up right here. Hitting line drives and, not going for the fences. He wasn't, it wasn't home run or nothing. It was try to get on base, try to, do the best thing for your team. And I also like guys that played with one team for their entire career. I think that says a lot. So, I do like Gwynn for that reason. All right, so this is the last stack I'm going to go through. Last portion of the stack I'm going to go through. I still have a lot more to go, but this is I'm going to have to then clean this up and put it somewhere. So maybe I have like a box I can start sorting these. Okay. 73. I hope I can kind of replenish a little bit of the 72 and 73s. I thought I had a little bit more than that, but I'm sure they'll pop up somewhere. There's plenty more to go. But this has been quite the adventure. I'm going to hope to try to get this done because I go back. I am one of those guys who didn't go straight to school or tried to go through the normal 4-year route after high school, but I was not meant for college right as I got out, and so I'm finishing my degree right now, and I'm going to have to go back to school in the fall, and that's definitely going to take up time of doing these sort of things because it's going to be split doing card stuff, homework, and other thing, and also working at my job. So a lot of things to kind of juggle starting in September. So my goal is to try to get a lot of this done before then, so I don't have to worry too much about it as the semester goes. Because obviously my priorities have to shift to focus on my education and finishing up. So that's definitely the most important. Here we go, some 73s. 74, John Odom. A lot of 74, 73s in here. Back to 75s. Really cool stuff here. Okay. All right. I need a break. So, again, thank y'all for watching. Thanks for sticking around, watching me sort through these comments. Probably do another video on these comments maybe tomorrow or so. But yeah, guys, if you enjoy these videos and you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. You like vintage stuff, hit the subscribe button. I do vintage stuff all the time. I do a little bit of junk wax and retro, but lately it's been mostly vintage just because of the amount of cards I'm sorting through and what I've picked up recently. So yeah, thanks so much, guys, for sticking around. Buffus, that's very awesome that you went back to school and you're about to finish and get your degree. I've been struggling with thinking about that, and that's going to be tough for me. Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, I had my associates. I went to school down in New Orleans for about 3 or 4 years. It took me a while because I was working full time, but I eventually got my associate's degree, and I have a job based on that degree, and I've been gaining experience from it at the job. But it'd be nice to have the bachelor's degree just so that I can. If I want to go into more of a management position, I can do that. But, it's just a nice thing to have. Anyway, I don't want to bore you guys with life stories. So thank you so much again. Check in tomorrow. I should be doing another video. I have some mail coming in as well. So definitely be putting some more stuff out. So thank you again, guys. Have a great night. Take care. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. Buffus, send me. Go ahead and send me an email. It's my email address. I'll put it in the description so you can get it there. So put it in the description of this video. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a good night.